Hello, YouTube. This is Piss Moan, and I changed up how I ran that intro because I hate when I'm like, I start the video with "Hello, YouTube," and it makes it impossible to edit. This is my host, co-host, and he's this is about the personality we get here.
Yeah. I'm dead on the inside.
And on the outside, but don't let the skin fool you.
So what's up? How you
So
been?
today we're 11 by 17 worked. It happened. Took you
Only took
over a year.
Yeah, over a year and a month.
2. It's the second month.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah,
the
year
first
and a month.
Come on.
Maybe the next one will take me just as long. But so, on that note, we're going to do the exact opposite and do our bottom 5 movies of the year this time.
Starting with that, perfect.
Yeah. I'll start off with my first one. We'll do a back and forth, and we have to give our justification reason why. And I hope we have some ones that line up. I'll bet you our first does.
Actually, no, because I took it off. I took it off for one of the others. But yeah.
So is your first the Last Jedi?
Oh, I thought we'd go down.
Oh, in reverse order. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, because
so yeah, I'm done.
Spoilers.
You didn't hear that. I'll edit that out. No, I'm not gonna edit that out.
Who's got time for that?
I chose The Dark Tower. Now, it's not because I felt it was like the worst movie of the year, or honestly that horrible. It was more so that it was so out of place. Its direction was so just ass backwards. Excuse my
Put
language.
me to sleep. I wasn't engaging, wasn't.
It was a movie that was aimed at people that had read the books, but took and kind of just didn't do anything with that material from the book and did a whole new thing that it was its own thing, and didn't make that unique enough to make it useful. And everything about it was like you just took a completely wrong direction. There's so much makings for a decent movie there, but the execution and the direction and everything about how they executed on that was horrible. And they had great actors. I think they cast the movie fantastically. I hold the director wholly responsible, whoever you are.
All right.
Stephen King?
Right. Yeah, director Stephen King. Yeah.
I mean, good lord. I can't even begin to explain how little of what is the Dark World was touched on in that, or the Dark Tower is touched on in that movie. It frustrated me so much.
A lot of it seemed like drop-ins for, fans of the book. Remember this? And I'm sitting there, didn't read, and I'm like,
what?
Like him getting poisoned and suddenly just poison gone. Just,
God,
I don't know if they even cured it or anything in the movie. It was just suddenly, we got to go to this village to cure my poison, and then nothing ever happened. I
don't even remember that.
It wasn't very good.
Yeah, it wasn't. And hence why it's my bottom. Number 5.
Number 5 on my list for bottom 5 was Kingsman 2. And God, what a terrible sequel. Just
my only disagreement with here is I think it was worse than he does.
Yes, that's true. What a terrible sequel. Well, you'll notice a trend on my list as franchise bait or franchise bits of franchises, but Kingsman: The Golden Circle was just, compared to the first one, was over the top. Didn't understand what the audience must have liked about the first one. They went freaking Elton John, the entire Elton John.
The fact that Elton John got more screen time than Channing Tatum really said a lot about who they thought their audience was.
Or even What's-Her-Face from the first movie.
Right? Yeah, one of the main 2 characters.
The girl and the dog, both. That was really what set the tone for me, was the girl and the dog being just unceremoniously killed off in the first 20 minutes. And because she was the only potentially strong female character that could have been in the movie at that point. And I mean,
Except the villain. Hated her character.
Yeah.
I'm Betty Housewife, the drug lord.
And just bad. So
I'm going to jump ahead and just jump my comments in here, even though it's on my list as well. Because
it's your next one, so we might as well.
No, it's I've got one between. There were so many just stupid physics things, like outrunning electricity. I cannot emphasize enough how pissed off and how just stupid it was that he literally pulled a noose off as it electrified. Like, he literally moved faster than electricity. Like that. No, basic physics. I mean, maybe you can't spin your gun and shoot people at the same time. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's just kind of cool. No, you can't outrun electricity. No, just no. That is too over the top. Completely kills your suspension of disbelief.
About the jumping through the lasso in midair during the final fight.
Well, once again, ridiculous, but can be done theoretically. There's lots of that, and I'm okay with that. But there was points where it just got absurd.
How about the headshot saving gel? We're gonna protect. We're gonna protect the brain. There's no brain left to protect. That's the.
I don't think you understand how a headshot wound works. Like, you don't just. There's a bullet in the brain. You can't just get there fast enough to make that not an issue.
Oh,
that was so Deus Ex Machina that it... or Ex Machina. Not Deus Ex Machina. I always screw that up. Ex Machina that it hurt.
Yep. So, Kingsman is number 5 on mine.
So, getting on to number 4. I put A Dog's Purpose, which is kind of out of place with what we normally review and watch, but my wife made me watch that, and I hated it. I hate movies that are just designed to get a tearjerker.
Is it one of those standard dog dies at the end movies?
Oh my god, it is a movie about a dog dying repeatedly trying to find its master as it keeps getting reincarnated. It is literally a movie that is built around this dog is amazing, it loves its owner, and then it dies. It loves its owner, and then it dies. And then it finds its owner.
So does it turn out a dog's purpose is to die for a tearjerker in any given movie?
Actually, yeah, that is a good way to analyze it. But it was so cookie cutter. It took no risks. It was just emotional tearjerker after emotional tearjerker, and I despise those kinds of movies. And it was the epitome of that. It was its whole purpose. It had nothing innovative or unique about it. I hated it. I don't have too much to talk about except that I despised it.
I can't talk about it because I didn't see it, and it sounds like it's a good thing I didn't.
I don't like sad movies. Unless it's sad for a good reason and really well done. Same thing with horror movies.
My next 2 you're probably going to disagree with. But, number 4, or go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, are you going to do both of them, or do you want me to do mine?
No, I'll do my number 4, and then... my number 4 was Thor Ragnarok. Cause,
I disagree with you on this one, but yeah, go ahead.
I know it's very clear. I mean, maybe it's redundant, because I have 2 Marvel movies on my list. But it's redundant, but the point is Marvel movies are boiling down to a general slog of what can entertain pretty much everyone in a given room. Just it's shotgun entertainment. We'll fire out all the humor we possibly can at once and just get as many generic laughs as we can and stop that.
So I don't disagree with you on pretty much any of your points, but I love it.
Why?
It just appeals to me. I enjoy that stupid comedy. I mean, it's not at all obvious that I enjoy just stupid comedy.
It wasn't.
I'm so excited for Deadpool 2 and terrified that it'll be horrible. Speaking of which.
Honestly, okay, here's my key problems. My key problems are ruining of Bruce Banner as a character. I mean, Hulk, sure, you can build him up, whatever, but they played Bruce Banner so differently than he's been portrayed in all the other movies.
Yeah, I watch you. I follow you.
Oh, you do? I didn't know that. Cool. All right, so the destruction of Bruce Banner's character, and then
again, I didn't feel that they destroyed it so much as they gave zero growth or any real value. Like, he could have not been in the movie and not made any difference.
Destruction is the wrong word. It's deviation, because I don't think they know how to keep a universe consistent. They'll put something in. Well, at this point, everyone is comic relief. There are no serious characters. There are no.
Yeah, especially for a movie with such a serious tone.
Yeah, I mean, you've got a literal apocalypse in the movie, and everyone's got to have a joke or a laugh, and I mean, how
they glossed over the end of the Hulk Thor fight too. Like the movie that the animated film that this was based on, where Hulk goes to
Planet Hulk.
I think that's what it is, but no, I don't think that's it. Because he ends up on this planet fighting for things, and in that story he once again ends up fighting an Asgardian in the arena. But he beats that Asgardian to damn near death. Like, they have to step in and stop him from killing this bloody pulp of a Asgardian god. And it's a much darker, much more morbid and serious tone. This one was so serious without being at all serious.
And see what else was there. This was another movie with terrible killing characters off.
Just kill off a bunch of main characters that were in the previous.
Anything to get to move the plot forward with no real effect, and specifically not killing off the one that audience actually care about. You're killing off whatever you can.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then some of this, like I talked about it in our actual review, where they've got humorous moments where I was okay with the funny part where Thor walks up and goes to try and set his arm on something, but there isn't a good spot, so he just kind of stops. That's funny for me. What's not funny is the stuff like where he picks up the bowling ball to throw it through the window, and bounce back and hits him in the face. That's a dead joke.
Yeah, like the initial part where he's getting monologued at and spinning slowly to circle. Oh, sorry, hold on. That's great.
No, well, and that exact kind of BS is what made this movie terrible.
Which one? The first? Okay, yeah. No, there was a lot of things that made that one terrible.
But it was one of the things, because the opening of that one is very much... Anyway, moving on, so as to not distract.
I would say that my opinion of Thor Ragnarok, I think, has dropped as I think about it more. The more I think about it, the more I have issues with it, especially with how they handled the story and the characters historically. Especially how they just didn't develop a number of them, like Banner, for example. And Thor's progress as a character didn't really seem to be logical. I don't know.
I mean, I understand.
Shit.
Man, we just keep doing that.
Professionals!
Well, we're definitely earning money for all this, I know. But progressing Thor's power from the hammer to the lightning, whatever. I mean, it's in a world of overabundant special effects, it makes no difference.
Right.
But yeah, move on to the next one.
So my next one is a quickie because we've already kind of talked about it. It's Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I was so frustrated. I don't think I'd hate it as much if it didn't have such fantastic first one to build your expectations really high to freaking Robot Dog, the second one. Anti-bullet headshot wound patches. My God.
Elton John. That's all I have to say.
Actually, honestly, I did not have a problem with Elton John. That was so stupid and silly, but of the things egregiously wrong with that movie,
he was in the movie for too damn long.
That is an understatement, but of the things that were issues, like, think about the cast of characters that they had and didn't utilize.
Think about Elton John sitting on top of Harry with the smashing in the robot. Oh my God, that's just. Sorry about the microphone bump. I don't know if anyone heard it. I'm gonna do it again just a couple more times. But yes, so your number 3, my number 3. Was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I was very, very mad at Guardians of the Galaxy 2. See, because that was another movie where they use a lot of humor, but
instead... The expensive character?
No, well, yes, but not only that, the characters in the movie do all the laughing for you. Good Lord.
You made a joke!
I'm pretty sure about 40% of that movie is characters laughing at their own jokes. Taserface is not that funny.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not. Just 2 words, taser face, whatever. It doesn't even make any sense.
That's the point.
It's not as funny as Rocket thought it was. And the whole group grabbing all kinds of Ron's stuff, that wasn't funny. He cuts
It was
off
a little long.
Dude's toe. How does someone not notice that?
Clearly, Groot has numbing agents.
And
I did go on too long.
the pattern with the Marvel movies is they won't let any emotional moments have impact. Like when Peter goes nuts and starts shooting his dad in the face repeatedly, and it's an emotional moment, and then the dad turns into David Hasselhoff and completely kills all the tension. And then the turning into the giant rock Pac-Man thing at the end.
That was silly.
The whole gag with Groot not pressing the explode bomb button. Who is that for? We, the audience, know he's not going to press the button.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that bad. I definitely don't think it was as good as the first one, and it wasn't a masterpiece, but I liked it a lot. And somehow we lost our review of it, so we're going to do that again.
Yeah. Probably. It'll be more time for me to complain, which is there.
And I can rewatch it again because we own it. Because my wife loves it.
Of course she does.
Hey, I'm going to tell her you said that.
It means nothing. I just said of course she does. Could mean anything.
Anything else you want to say on that one?
Bad.
It was okay. My next one was my favorite movie to hate this year because I don't know how they keep managing to make these things worse. No, I don't. Maybe? Nah. Well, I'm not in the air if this one was worse or not.
I don't think it was worse than far.
Transformers The Last Night was so incredibly bad that, was it the one where I think it was that one where I was literally scoffing. No, that was during Star Wars.
Yeah. That'll tell you something. Ah, man.
Yeah. Jeez.
Go ahead and say your stuff about Transformers.
Transformers was so incredibly dumb, and it just zero internal logical sense. For some reason, they hate all the Transformers again, and they have baby dinosaur robots, and oh god, I had some quotes from this one that it was so dumb.
It wasn't
like apparently, what was up with Bumblebee? Something happened with Bumblebee.
Well, he turns out he was in World War II for some reason.
Yeah,
even though showing up in the first movie.
No sense of internal consistency whatsoever at all. Apparently Bumblebee could fly, I think it was. I think he learned to fly in this one somehow, for some reason. There's just always something just bizarrely random, and the enemy in this one was so stupid. I don't even remember who the bad guy was.
This one did not offend me nearly as much as the fourth one. And it's probably how I went into the movie, because I went in knowing this was going to be bad.
The last one had the worst acting of any big-budget movies.
Is my warrant. I'm going to punch this guy with my car. And then, but 4 was so bad because I went to see it for
the
Dinosaur Transformers and 30 seconds of screen time. This one had more Dinosaur Transformers, which means it's a little higher.
They had more baby Dinosaur Transformers than Dinosaur Transformers in the last one. And why are they trying to kill the Transformers? We're past this point. We understand who's good and bad. This has been clearly established in every war.
But you can't tell in the action scenes because they all look the same.
That doesn't explain why they're hunting this human down, and they just are okay. And the Transformers are totally cool with killing people now for no apparent reason. Whatever happened to that? Oh, don't kill the humans. We're here to help them. Not even in self-defense, just freaking murdering them. The lack of internal consistency and, once again, horrible acting. Not as bad as the last one. But the action, I felt, was much better, and the plot was more coherent.
I miss Shia LaBeouf.
God, that's not something I thought I'd say, but yeah. Mr. Witwicky was, God, a better actor than the rest. I'm so sick of Mark Wahlberg. He is a terrible actor for the role they have him in. Just this belligerent, angry inventor. Oh, God, what a terrible. Hate it. Okay, what's your number 2?
Last night did not offend me nearly as much as... Oh, yeah. My number 2, The Mummy. I went and saw that for some reason.
I still want to see it.
I suppose it was low-hanging fruit and I needed something to complain about. But, God, was it... it was awful. Terrible, awful, horrible.
What blows me away is they had such great source material, great actors.
Everything's
screwed.
Everything's got to be Marvel. Everything has to be the new... And I mean, I know that's the point. They wanted to do.
Well, that was the thing. It was going to be an extended universe.
And they...
Make a good movie before you make an extended universe. That's what Marvel did.
I'm probably the only one who liked Dracula Untold, but I really like Dracula Untold. And the fact that they didn't use that makes me kind of upset with just how terrible The Mummy is. Because it is so bad. The mummy lady's ability is to turn other people into zombie mummy things by making out with them, which is which was dumb as hell.
It also seems like a very inefficient method.
Yes, very. She can also sometimes summon rats, sometimes summon birds, sometimes summon sandstorms in London for some reason. It was terrible. They tried to do this whole secret society of creature battling monsters, which is come up with something other than S.H.I.E.L.D.
It'd have been great if they used the same acronym.
No, they used some dumbass word, prodigium, whatever.
Oh.
Prestidigitation. I don't know.
Pretentious?
Yes, that. There you go. But it was a lot of cramming too much into one movie and not working. And none of the characters were likable. Tom Cruise wasn't likable. The lady...
Heroine?
Sure. She wasn't likable. They tried to make Tom Cruise's friend that dies early in the movie some sort of comic relief, which did not work with the rest of the tone of the movie. Traditional horror movie jump scares where someone's looking one way on screen and something runs behind them really fast and they turn around and don't see it. And
that trope.
It was bad.
So, I think this is a nice convenient that we can agree on our number 1 worst movie of the year. And now, I don't think it is the worst movie made this year, but it is easily my most disliked movie of the year. And it's got to be Star Wars for both of us. The Last Jedi was so bad. I've never been unable to control my audible sounds of disgust during a movie like I did during Star Wars.
No, and I'm looking forward to the trilogy that this guy's going to get all to himself.
Oh my god, this is going to be so bad. I'm not looking forward to Solo either. The movie single-handedly killed my hopes for the rest of the new Star Wars.
And my hopes weren't high going in. My hopes are pretty darn low going in. I
had high hopes for the first one, and it satisfied me. The next one kind of surprised me with how good I liked the second one.
Rogue One?
Rogue One. That one is...
It was alright. Rogue One was not exactly what I was hoping for, but then I think about the Darth Vader scene and everything gets better. So.
Right? That was so well done. Probably the best freaking scene of a Star Wars movie, period.
I mean, that's what we're looking for. That's what Star Wars fans are looking for.
Well, one of the things, I just keep bringing it back, and I'm sure we said it in our review because it's so absolutely absurd. The amount of lightsaber on lightsaber contact in this movie was...
Less than 2 seconds?
I mean, it was one. It was literally a flashback. It had about as much lightsaber combat as Rogue One.
And I know I texted you yesterday finding out those red guards weren't the Knights of Ren. You know why that pissed me off? Because that just means the Dark Lord Snoke dude was even dumber than I gave him credit for. Because I mean,
they made him so dumb. Well, I don't know. You have your personal bodyguards.
No, you bring in... If you're going to sit there and insult your best Knight of Ren guy, you're going to need everyone else standing around to back you up in case this dude goes crazy.
No, because like the Emperor, He's a freaking god. He's far more powerful. He is the master.
No, he's an idiot.
Clearly, because he got killed by the old ham behind the back trick. But that's what was so dumb about it. What kind of dark emperor gets fooled by the behind the back trick? He's got this army of personal bodyguards, and he's the emperor. He's got his own lightsaber. He's got force lightning. I mean, his apprentice got beat by this girl who doesn't even know how to wield a lightsaber, yet was defeated by said apprentice. Like, that makes Snoke the weakest character in that room, because the bodyguards put up a bigger fight than he did.
And I don't like comparing him to the Emperor, because the Emperor was smart. The Emperor knew what he was doing. The Emperor sat around saying, "Yeah, I know Luke might kill me. That's fine. I don't care." This dude's sitting there trying to rub it in everyone's face that he's the best of all time, when we know he's not.
I'm the best around.
Careful, copyright laws.
You can sing things. Fair use. Fair use.
But it's so dumb.
So dumb. We could go into a whole nother rant on that. I think we need to do written articles on this. It's so bad.
Yeah, well, if you want to know just how bad The Last Jedi is, go watch it.
Yeah, or watch our previous video on it. We cover it pretty thoroughly, to say the least.
And the Solo trailer disappointed me.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm getting so sick of trailers. Like, the one that stands out to me is that stupid Jurassic World one, where I don't think I need to see the movie. I think I've already seen it. They hit on all the major hot points.
They survived the volcano.
Yeah.
What else?
The T-Rex saves them from the Allosaurus. That's the raptors come and help them.
Well, Terminator Genisys. Yep, John Connor's the bad guy now. We're gonna drop that in the trailer.
People, I don't know how film companies don't know how to make decent previews at this point, but they're so bad at it. There was one that I saw like right after that one that I thought, like, see, now that's how you do a good trailer. And I think it was for the Star Wars, because it told us next to nothing. The one that aired during the Super Bowl.
The first.
The first one, yeah.
The first one, yeah, that was all right. And honestly, my big problem with the trailer is it's so dark you can't see anything. It's very, very not dark as in mood. It's dark visually. It's mostly black. Is that a Star Destroyer? Are they in the cockpit? I can't.
Exactly. Perfect. Perfect. I don't want to know. I want to find out when I see the movie. So sick of these damn previews that ruin the film for you.
But what brought it to a head for me in the trailer was they've got the line, "I'm trying to put together a team," and I'm thinking, your movie is called Solo. Why are you trying to put together a team in a movie called
That's such
Solo?
a poor choice for a name for a movie. I mean, like, it's short, it's to the point, it's catchy, but it's like, it's just so bad. Like, all the things that make me picture it.
Well, and this is what happened. It's what happens when you change directors 80% of the way through production.
They can't keep a director consistent in Marvel either. That's one of the things I think is why we get in such wildly different.
The only big one, I think, was Ant-Man, where they shuffled directors so much.
Well, I mean, do all the films have one director? Aren't they like different director for every film?
Well, yeah, but I mean, that's
how do you contain a consistent universe theme? And
to me, that's not as important as having the same screenwriter for it, because if the screenwriter does it right, it's
director has a huge role on that.
Yeah, because they hired two comedy directors for Solo. The two guys who did Lego Batman and the original Batman, and I'm thinking, it probably turned out funnier than they were hoping it would be, and I was thinking maybe they should have hired comedy directors if they didn't want a funny movie. It's not going to be good. That
concludes our bottom 5 movies of the year for the two of us. We have a nice wide selection. They will not get an 11-17 because I am pressed for space. That's pretty much the only reason, but it's beside the point.
If we move, we might have some more space, but
can just cover your wall with it.
I'm far too lazy to bother putting up posters for movies I don't like.
Fair enough, yeah. That's fair.
Who cares? All right.
Any words of wisdom for the viewers?
No.